Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Thinking Crypto channel, your home for crypto news and interviews. I have some very big news to share with you all. We have a massive on-ramp being set up for banks to invest in cryptocurrencies, and it's being done by none other than NYDIG. Remember that name I keep telling you guys to pay attention to because there's huge Wall Street connections. I want to break down the details here. It's very bullish news. We're also going to talk about the Bitcoin Futures ETF. Are there problems? There seems to be some things happening here, guys. Bloomberg is reporting on it, but this is why we need the physically backed Bitcoin ETF. So I want to give you the details there. Also, Reddit, the social media giant, they are looking to enter the NFT space. This is bullish. They're already doing some things with Ethereum. So I want to give you the details there. We're going to break it all down. Before we do, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment below, and hit the subscribe button if you're new here. It helps support the channel and it doesn't cost you anything. Guys, this video is brought to you by OKCoin Crypto Exchange, where you can buy, sell, and trade your favorite cryptocurrencies and you don't have to pay high fees. OKCoin charges low fees. You can also stake your crypto and keep 100% of the rewards. You do not have to pay any fees, and it is the only exchange that lists Miami coin. And right now, if you stake Miami coin, it is earning 430% APY. So I'm personally staking, earning the Stacks token. So it's a really great reward. So be sure to sign up, link in the description. All right, the market, not much happening, guys. And as I always say, the market follows Bitcoin's lead, and Bitcoin has cooled down. And if you've been watching the weekly chart I've been showing you for 3 months, I said we would have this breakout upward, then a pullback. I think this pullback happened a bit earlier than expected, but still the pattern is playing out as I've been sharing with you guys. But it's okay. There's no cause for alarm. We are building support levels. Nothing goes up in a straight line. And this is where patience is important. And you have to look at the market from a macro perspective. So for example, I often share with you guys the Bitcoin stock to flow model. So we are still on track. If you look at the relative strength index, the RSI for Bitcoin, as of like yesterday, we're just above a 70 compared to, going 90 plus in the previous bull market peak. So we're still not at the tippity top blow off top, obviously, right? We still have a more to go, more price discovery. And I think Bitcoin could get to 6 figures or higher. We'll see what happens. That's not a guarantee. I want to make sure I say that because sometimes people come back and say, hey, you said Bitcoin was going to 100,000. Well, I said there's a high probability, but there's also the probability of it not happening. And I think you have to be prepared for those scenarios. I've broken it down by percentages. I believe 85% we continue to go higher. We hit new all-time highs. 15% that does not happen. Maybe a black swan event happens. Like for example, a black swan event would be like COVID, what happened last year, right? No one expected that. All markets crash. So this is how you have to think when you're investing. You leave your emotions at the door and you look at the different scenarios and probabilities that could play out. All right, guys, NYDIG, they even rebranded. Look at their new logo. They are a powerhouse, Wall Street-backed, connections to Ben Lawsky, the guy who created the Bit license in New York. So here's what they tweeted. The integration of NYDIG's solutions to Q2 software digital banking platforms enables banks and credit unions to provide Bitcoin trading services to their customers and members. This is huge, guys. Now, you may say, okay, Tony, so what? Well, let's go back to June. And I shared this news with you guys in June. $6 billion NCR opens Bitcoin purchases to 650 banks and credit unions. Let's go into the details from back in June. As part of the deal between enterprise payments giant NCR and digital asset management firm NYDIG, community banks, including North Carolina-based First Citizens Bank, and credit unions, including Bay Federal Credit Union in California, will be able to offer their clients cryptocurrency trading through mobile applications built by the payments provider. Now, you may say, who's NCR? Well, I guarantee you, they've processed your payments at any respective store. I interviewed Tim Vanderham of NCR. He's the CTO and SVP there. This interview is from a month ago. If you haven't seen that, we talk about the NYDIG partnership and what NCR is doing. NCR works is the POS system for like CVS, for any restaurant that you go to. I guarantee you that little green logo, if you look for it, you will see it. They are massive, guys, and they're global, and they're partnering with NYDIG, and they're going to help these banks and credit unions to invest in crypto and get their clients to invest in crypto. I hope you see what is taking place here. So the news that we heard in June, which I reported to you guys, it's coming to fruition. They are expanding, and they're integrating here with Q2 software. So all these massive institutions are collaborating now, building out the infrastructure. Here, Patrick Sells, who is the Chief Innovation Officer in NYDIG, he said, very excited, NYDIG has partnered with Walters Kluwer, which I've never heard before, but he said, looking forward to seeing the great impact of our integrated efforts on Bitcoin plus banking. So another partner here to bring in an infrastructure piece for on and off ramps, right, for these banks and credit unions to invest in crypto. Guys, this is bullish. Over 600 banks, right? 650 banks. And NYDIG, I'm telling you, their name keeps popping up. What did we report on yesterday? The Firefighters Pension Fund out in, I believe it's Houston, Texas. They bought Bitcoin through NYDIG. They're all the way in Texas. NYDIG is based in New York. They bought Bitcoin through them. And it's a pension fund. Guys, I mean, do I even need to say anymore? Do you see what is happening here? All these on-ramps and infrastructures being laid out for institutional money, big money. This is why we have to be patient. You know, if you are only paying attention to price, guess what the price did? It went up, what was it, in May? And then what happened? Bitcoin corrected, right? And altcoins corrected as well. And then we were like in a moving sideways pattern, nothing happening. And guess what? Some people are like, oh my God, that's the end of the bull market. I'm out of here, right? Not holding, they're just trading by emotions. While these banks, all through that price action, they're just building and building and building. And they're going to get the inflows of capital. And people who are able to see this, right? Not just the price is important. I understand that it's your portfolio, but price will follow this news. And if you're looking for higher highs, you got to be patient, guys. But check out my interview with Tim Vanderham. I'll put the link in the description. He talks about not just the bank partnerships, but the retail spending and the ability to use crypto, restaurants, pharmacies, whatever you can think of. Guys, big things are ahead. All right. Today, the Valkyrie Bitcoin Futures ETF went live. It was trading on NASDAQ. But here we have a report, and Caitlin Long, who I've interviewed on the channel, you know, she said this was predicted, and it's now happening. So it says the first Bitcoin ETF is already in danger of breaching a limit on futures contracts. And I can't read the full article because Bloomberg, they're so annoying, they make you pay. But I can read the subtext here. It says, just days after launch, the US Bitcoin Futures ETF fund risks becoming too popular for its own good. So sounds like there's probably not the enough of maybe the liquidity or information or whatever resources are needed. And this is why we need the physically backed Bitcoin ETF. We need the spot ETF, right? The futures is not great, but we'll take it because it's the foot in the door. It opens the door for that physically backed. So let's see what happens. Let's hopefully, fingers crossed, the SEC and other folks who are applying for physically backed Bitcoin ETFs can get the SEC to approve them, and we don't have to worry about these futures Bitcoin ETFs, even though they may be there in the background, because I think a lot of people are going to go for this spot physically backed ETF. So let's see what happens. Do I think this is a problem long term? No, I think eventually, you know, there's going to be more ETFs, and I think a physically backed and an altcoin ETFs and so forth, but not looking too good right now. Now, this is interesting, guys. Here's a tweet from Blockworks. This could be a game changer. Mining pool operator Titan Mining has announced a new protocol that would allow for Bitcoin's hashing power to be traded. This is very interesting, guys. I never thought this would be a thing. So Titan's Lumerin protocol would allow for Bitcoin's hashing power to be traded, creating a market for the discovery of new electrical sources through incentivizing the capture of wasted energy. Titan Protocol CEO told Blockworks that this would effectively create a derivative of electricity connecting otherwise siloed grids to peer-to-peer network for energy storage. Wow, this is like a new investment avenue, a new use case. This is interesting. Here's a quote from their CEO of Titan. We're actually translating electricity into a global transferable commodity. Really opens up a lot of what we call stranded power. Now we're seeing this more and more. Yesterday, I talked to you guys about the Russian oil industry is asking the government for the green light for them to use the wasted energy to mine crypto. And that is something that we've seen even in the United States, the dialogue is happening, guys. There's going to be power plants mining Bitcoin globally. So this is why I tell you patience and look at the market macro level. We're still in the first inning, guys. We haven't even hit even the peak of the adoption curve. We're not even halfway there. So lots to come, but this is very bullish. Now, Chris Giancarlo, CryptoDad, who's a former CFTC chairman, and I just interviewed him, of course, a couple of days ago. So if you haven't seen that interview, be sure to check it out, guys. I'll put a link in the description. He met here with some folks talking about cryptocurrency regulations and CBDCs and so forth. So he said, it was great once again to join my CFTC wingman, Brian Quintens, who I've interviewed as well, and speak to members of the House AG GOP about cryptocurrency, CBDCs, digital transformation, and the future of money. So obviously he just wrote a book, and here they tweeted out all that. They're talking about crypto, guys. And this is important. You need to have the meetings. You need to have the dialogue, because look, I'm not an ageist, but even Congressman Tom Emmer, when I interviewed him, he said, look, a lot of the folks in Congress are older folks. They're not thinking about technology or up to speed with it. And we have to educate them. We have to bring the awareness so they make the right decisions, and they help put the United States in the position to grow and innovate in this industry, to grow and benefit from it economically, right? But you got guys like Gary Gensler, who's a puppet, being controlled by his puppet masters, the banking cartel, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, and he's doing these draconian things here, laws and overreach on crypto. Look, even Janet Yellen and with the infrastructure bill, right? So we got to get the folks in Congress to understand what's happening here, so they can all come together and fight against these things, put the SEC in their right position, push back on Janet Yellen and these folks, and Elizabeth Warren, who are backwards thinking. I think if you take Elizabeth Warren's brain and you put it in a bird, it will fly backwards. So just my analogy there of her thought process here. But look, they're paid off, right? It's campaign donations and backdoor bribery and all that. So anyway, I'll move on to the next news item. Reddit is readying an NFT platform. This is bullish. Now, some of you may say, dude, I don't own NFTs. I don't care about NFTs. Don't talk to me about NFTs. I hold my crypto. I get that. But remember, zoom out. Look at the market macro level. Under the umbrella of crypto, you're going to have NFTs, CBDCs, cryptocurrencies, digital assets. You're going to have tokenized assets and securities on the blockchain, and you're going to have stable coins. All of these things will be under the umbrella of crypto. And you see a lot of crypto people are NFT enthusiasts, and you see a lot of NFT or artists who are participating in NFT are now learning about crypto. So it is a branch of crypto, and guess what? It's bringing more people into the market, and it's also creating a new use case, right? Tokenization on the blockchain, the ability to not just do artwork and video and music and all that, but eventually contracts and things like that. So don't hate on NFTs, because this is part of the future of crypto, guys. And if Reddit's getting involved, they're going to have a lot of millions of people to bring into the market here. So in a job posting for a senior engineer, the social media giant said that a rapidly growing team was looking to build the largest creator economy on the internet. Wow. So this is from a job posting. And this is pretty amazing, guys. It's almost, we saw Coinbase, they're doing the NFT thing. I think FTX as well. So something else I wanted to just give you context on. Remember, Reddit, they are using their Arbitrum community-based point system built on the Ethereum. So their founder, Alexis Oharian, I believe is his name. He's a big crypto NFT buff as well. So Reddit's all in, guys, and you're going to see a lot of these different social platforms adopt it. And even Mark Zuckerberg, I'm not endorsing Facebook, I'm just reporting the news. You know, he's talking about NFTs and the metaverse. All these folks are going to get involved. Guys, the future is so bright. And like I said, we are still in the first inning. There's more to be built out here. Finally, Blockstream raises $16 million for its Bitcoin mining STO in a matter of hours. Blockstream allows investors to mine Bitcoin by simply purchasing the Blockstream mining note security token. So that's a lot of money they've raised pretty fast. And this is STO, stands for security token offering. So it says Blockstream officially announced Thursday that the company raised 13.9 million euros, which is $16.1 million in the sixth tranche of its Bitcoin mining focused security token known as Blockstream Mining Note, BMN. According to the announcement, the latest raise was the largest tranche that Blockstream has ever issued, marking increasing interest from individual and institutional investors. The raise brings the total BMN supply to more than 122, with a total number of investors amounting to 70. So we're seeing capital is flowing in from all directions here into the market. This is why I share all the mergers and acquisitions news, the expansions, and just these investments that are happening across the board, because it shows it's not just about holding the tokens, but building the infrastructure. And a lot of these wealthy individuals are putting their money into the market, building out the infrastructure, showing they have confidence, because they're not putting their money in to lose it. They want to make a return on their investment, guys. I think, you know, this is investing 101, business 101. Nobody's giving away money. You're not doing philanthropy here, right? This is not some charity. Hey, I'm going to put $10 million in your company. I'm going to get X amount of shares or equity. I'm looking at maybe in the next 4 to 5 years to have an exit strategy and make twice that, right? Or whatever it is. They want to make money, guys. So this should give you confidence. It's why I share this news. So you look at the market holistically, not just the price of the assets. That's important. That's if you want to put the most important thing, but you have to look at the other layers, right? There's multiple layers to this and what's happening overall for the asset class. All right, guys, what do you think about this news? I'm telling you, this NYDIG news is huge. If you're building on-ramps for banks to bring their clients' money into crypto, I don't know, you can't get bigger than that. Maybe, yes, the stock exchanges can rival that, of course, but banks and stock exchanges, we put them at the same tier, like the God tier, right? A tier one of crypto of investors, because they have the world's money, obviously. So this is very bullish. Let me know what you guys think. Leave your thoughts below. Hit the thumbs up button. Share this video. Be sure you subscribe, and I'll talk to you all later.